welcome back. For today's video, I have a disappointing makeup products video. So basically, these are kind of like products I regret buying, and I always have to make this disclaimer with these videos, and so does everyone, but please, please, please do not be offended if I mention something that you really love that I didn't like. A lot of these products, it's not that they necessarily are like awful, they just didn't work for me for whatever reason, which I'll get to in the video obviously. But for some of you, these might be your holy grails, and that's okay, because there might be products that I really love that some of you guys don't like, that don't work for you, because that's just the beauty of makeup. It's all about trial and error, and not everybody is gonna love everything. So that being said, I hope you guys still enjoy the video. I will leave everything that I mention down below, and please excuse my froggy voice. I don't know what it is. I have like a really, really bad cough, and I've had it for like 2 days now, so I'm sorry if my voice just sounds really weird. And I think that's it. So I hope you guys liked the video, and let's go ahead and jump right into it. So first I have this Ofra eyeshadow palette. I don't even know what specifically it is called, but it just looks like this. And let me just really quick say that a lot of these brands I absolutely love. I just didn't like these products in particular, and Ofra is one of them. Ofra is one of my all-time favorite brands. You guys know I love their liquid lipsticks and their highlighters. They're absolutely amazing. And this was actually sent to me, and I don't love it, but I love Ofra. The reason I don't love it, it's not that the quality isn't there with these eyeshadows. Like, the quality is really nice. It's just not something that I go to a lot. I reach for so many other eyeshadow palettes in my collection versus this one. I don't know what it is. I think it's just like the color scheme that doesn't really attract me. I don't know what it is. Like, they have pretty colors, and the colors are pigmented, and they're nice, and they're different, but I don't know, it's just not a palette that I go to a lot, that I feel like is 100% necessary to have in your collection. That's what some of the shades look like. And they're definitely better when you build them up. I actually did a tutorial with this like way back, but I don't know. I just don't really love the palette. The color scheme is not my favorite. The quality is nice. It's just not a palette that I go to a lot. Okay, next I have the Ardell Faux Mink lashes. Again, these were also sent to me. You guys, let me just say that I'm so grateful for all the opportunities that I get with my YouTube channel and all the brands that send PR. I really, really genuinely appreciate it, but just because the product is sent to me doesn't mean that I'm going to rave about it and say that I love it. So just an FYI, but I'm forever grateful to these brands. But these lashes, I have a few pairs that I've tried, but I just personally don't like them. I don't know, they're like really natural faux mink lashes in my opinion, and I just expected them to be a little bit more dramatic, just like more like va-va-voom. So they're pretty lashes. I just personally expected a little bit more from a lash like this. So this style that I have is 812, and that is just what they look like. So they're pretty, but for me personally, I just don't like them. Also, I find the band to be very flimsy, kind of like very bendy. So when you're actually putting it on your eyes, it can be a little difficult to actually work with and apply. So that's another reason why I don't really love the lashes. But again, if you like super, super natural lashes, then you're probably going to like these. Okay, I have another eyeshadow palette. This is the BH Cosmetics Marble Collection Warm Stone Palette. I did a first impression, like one brand tutorial with BH Cosmetics. I was really, really excited about this palette. You can see the color selection is absolutely beautiful. I love the warm tone shades, and I love BH Cosmetics. There's a lot of products from them that I think are absolutely amazing. I thought the Carli Bybel palette was like out of this world amazing, but this one is just not that pigmented. I find that when you start building the colors up and you start blending them on top of each other, they kind of just all blend away. So especially the shimmers are not good at all. With all the colors in general, the more you build them up and the more you keep adding product, the more it starts to kind of like powder away and just fade away on your eyes. So this does not last. Even with an eyeshadow primer, if you set your eyeshadow primer, it just does not last. And it's a shame because it's such a cute palette. Like, I'm obsessed with the packaging. I love the marble. I love the mirror in here. It's really high quality, but it's actually not that good quality when you actually play with it. So not good. Okay, then I have a couple of face products to talk about. I have a couple foundations actually. Let's start with primers. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm like all over the place in this video. I have a lot of random products. So first I have the e.l.f. Hydrating Face Primer. I actually just got this not too long ago. The reason I don't like this is because I really don't think it's hydrating. Like, it's just a silicone base primer. So I love the packaging, I love e.l.f., but this is not hydrating. It's basically like the Maybelline Baby Skin, which I do like silicone primers like that, but I expected this to be like a really smoothing, hydrating, kind of like a lotion type of consistency primer that really just smooths everything out. So I feel like not all silicone based primers are going to work for everyone. I mean, like, it's really smooth, but it's just not super hydrating, you know? So that was kind of a bit deceiving because I expected it to be a little bit different with the consistency. Okay, then for foundations, I have 3 to talk about. First, I talked about this before, but I wanted to throw it in here again because whenever I don't like products, I'll make a video about them, I'll let you guys know about them, and then I'll try it out like 1 or 2 more times after that just to like triple check. And this is one of those foundations. The Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I do not like this at all. I have mine in the shade 2.2. 1 minute this is like my skin color, next minute I literally look like a Dorito. Like, it's so orange. So I really love the packaging too because it comes with a pump. It's very nice. I just don't like the foundation. I also hate the coverage of this. Like, you have to build it up so much to get it to be like average, medium coverage. I don't think this is full coverage at all, and a lot of people tell me that it is. Like, a lot of you guys are like, for me it's full coverage, but for me personally I just don't think it is. Like, I've tried it with a brush, with a beauty blender, and it doesn't work for me. So for the price, I definitely think that this is not worth it. I think that there's a lot of other drugstore foundations that are like way better coverage and just better overall, so this is a no-go for me. Speaking of drugstore foundations, I also had to mention the NYX Total Control Drop Foundation. I do not like this foundation, like, at all, you guys. I gave it a chance. I actually have a first impression on it, but the reason I don't like it is because for the price for a drugstore foundation, this is very expensive. $14, you don't even get a full fluid ounce in here. You get 0.43 fluid ounces, and you need to use a lot to get full coverage. Again, I'm the type of person where if I want something light coverage, then that's totally fine. Like, usually in the summer is when I'll do something a little bit more light coverage, like a BB cream or a CC cream or something. But on an everyday basis, like if I'm doing my makeup like today, I want full coverage because go hard or go home, right? But for this, I just feel like you're going to use so much product, you're going to get through this bottle really quickly, and you're not going to get your money's worth because you need so much to get decently full coverage. And I don't like the drop concept of it. I mean, it's cool, but I don't like it. I don't know. I just don't like this foundation. And if you're curious, I got mine in the shade True Beige, and it does match me pretty well. It's a little bit yellowy, so I could have probably got like a shade down maybe for it to match me like perfectly, but I can make it work. I just don't like it. Another foundation. This is the Maybelline Dream Cushion Foundation. I have this one in the shade 30 Warm Nude. I just have come to the conclusion cushion foundations are not for me. They just don't work for me. I've tried the L'Oreal Lumi and this one, and this is basically like the L'Oreal one in my opinion, but it looks pretty decent when you first apply it. Like, I thought it was a decent foundation. It was pretty light to medium coverage, but it gave me an even skin tone, which I was happy about. By the end of the day, not even the end of the day, within like 3 hours of wearing this foundation, it starts to crack and separate on my face. Like, around my nose, it was so cakey, so gross. I had like little splotches of the foundation just all over, just like literally separating on my face. I've tried this with different primers and different setting sprays. It just doesn't work. Like, I just don't like this foundation. So it's a shame because I like cushion foundations. I like the concept of cushion foundations, I should say. But when it comes down to it, I have not tried a really good one yet. Let me know what you guys think about cushion foundations because I feel like everybody loves them except me. I just don't like them. I have another face product to mention. This is the Maybelline Master Fix Setting Powder. This is just a loose powder. I honestly really like this for just setting my face, like dusting it really lightly, but for baking or for setting your under eye, I think this is awful. It makes your under eye look so crepey and really dry. Like, it's almost like really, I want to say like mattifying, like to the point where your skin feels really tight and you can't like move it. Like, that's why I don't personally like this for underneath here, because the area just feels stiff and I feel like I can't move my face. So this is a decent powder to set your makeup. It's not my favorite. That's why I'm throwing it in here, because I really don't think it's like a holy grail of mine. Like, you absolutely need to have it in your life. It says here, sets, mattifies, blurs, smooth. I definitely agree with the mattifies part. As for blurring and smoothing, I don't think it does. I think it emphasizes like imperfections, especially because it is such a mattifying loose powder. So I would go with something different, like the RCMA No Color Powder, Airspun. Those are way better. Even NYC has a really good one, so yeah. Okay, I have a few more face products to talk about. I have a lot of face products, actually. First, I have the BH Cosmetics Illuminate by Ashley Tisdale. Not even a highlighter to me. To me, this is more of a natural blush topper. If you want something just like a really light sheen, maybe you don't like highlighters, so you just want something really light on your cheeks, then this would be really pretty. This one is in the shade Illuminating Shimmer, but if you want like a glow from within or like a beaming highlight that you can see from like 10 miles away, then this is not for you. One of you guys told me to actually scrape the top of it to make it like a more of a better product. I'm gonna try that and I'll get back to you guys on that, but for the most part, if you don't do that, this is just a natural blush topper in my opinion, which is not my favorite. I don't really love things like that, but okay. Alright, next I have a Tarte blush. This is the Shimmering Peach Air Blush, Maracuja Blush. I ordered this a couple months ago and I didn't know that this was a cream blush, and I personally don't like cream blushes. Maybe I read it wrong. I don't even know. Maybe I was tired. I don't know. But I don't like cream blushes, and just trying to work with this, I feel like the minute you start building it up on your face, it kind of just goes away. Like you put it on your cheeks and there's like barely anything there. It's a really pretty color. It's like a peachy coral shade. I said that so weird. But I think it's perfect for spring and summer. I just don't like the fact that it like completely fades when you apply it to your skin. It like literally just melts away and there's no color there at all. So don't like this. Ew! Oh my god. Next I have a Becca highlighter. This one is in the shade Moonstone. You guys know Becca highlighters are absolutely amazing. They're smooth, they're creamy, and they're one of my favorite high-end highlighters ever. But this one in particular, Moonstone, I feel like it's really dry and powdery on my face. Like it doesn't give me that really beautiful glow. And at first I thought, oh, maybe it's just a brush that I'm using or something, but I just find this to be really, really powdery, and it's not really that like glowy on the skin. So it's a really pretty, stark, whitish cream highlighter, but you guys, I just don't like this. I don't know what it is about this one in particular. Maybe I got a dud, but this Moonstone for me is so dry on the face. Like it doesn't give me a beaming glow. It gives me a dry, powdery look on the cheeks, so I don't like this at all. I actually want to mention a lip product, which I'm actually wearing on my lips today. This is the Lipland Liquid Lipstick in the shade Tribeca. I've actually been using these for quite a while now, and the more that I use them, the more I realize that I feel like these aren't really worth it. Again, these were actually also sent to me. And I just feel like these are so drying, and they start caking up on the lip area, like right in the inner lip so much, which you probably saw throughout the video. It's a really thin formula, but it's really, really drying on the lips, and it emphasizes cracks or any dry things that you have going on with your lips. And I try to exfoliate and stuff like that, but I still feel like, you know, I still get that dry effect, and it's a shame because the colors are absolutely beautiful. I still use them because I have them, but personally they're not like my favorite liquid lipstick formula. That's a really gorgeous color, but the formula itself is like... I have another lip product. This is the NYX Plump It Up Lip Plumper. It's just the traditional clear one. One of you guys actually told me to get a different color. I have not gotten around to that yet, but it's on my list. But this one in particular, I just don't like it. I just feel like this does absolutely nothing for my lips. It kind of stings my lips a little bit for like 5 seconds, and then that's it. So it's just a clear gloss. I love big lips, and not that my lips are like super small, but I always like to, you know, get things like this and try them out to like enhance them a little bit, but this just did nothing for me. Okay, and then last but not least, I have two face products, like skincare. So first I have the Soap & Glory Puffy Eye Attack Hydrogel Turbo Boost. I really thought this was going to be like an intense hydrating eye cream. It had pretty good reviews online on Ulta's website. I picked it up and I absolutely hate this eye cream. This is awful. Like, I thought it was like a pretty decent eye cream when I first applied it. I used it quite a bit actually, but then when I actually started to blend it out, I noticed that within like 10 minutes after it settled into my skin, I had these little white chunks of this eye cream all over my face, and I'm like, what is that? So then the more that I started using it, the more I realized that this kind of crumbles up after it settles into your skin. It's the weirdest thing ever. I tried it multiple times before I go to bed in the morning, and it just does the same thing for me. So again, I don't know if this is a dud or if this is actually how this eye cream works, but this is no bueno. And then last but not least, I have the Clinique Smart Broad Spectrum Custom Repair Moisturizer. You guys know I love my Moisture Surge Intense Serum. I'll insert a picture of it. That's my absolute favorite moisturizer of life. And I saw this one, the girl kind of sold me on it. She's like, this is amazing. If you love this one, you're really gonna love this. It has SPF in it. It's a perfect hydrating moisturizer. She said it's not as thick or creamy as the Moisture Surge Intense, but she said it's like still a really great hydrating moisturizer. So I was like, all right, I'm sold, whatever. I'm really easy to convince. But I don't like this. I used it a few times. I'm still gonna use it because it was very expensive. It's more expensive than the other Clinique moisturizer. But this has SPF in it, and I should have known that I wasn't probably gonna like it because of the SPF. It has SPF 15 in it. It literally feels like sunscreen on my face, and I hate that feeling. It's very oily. I do feel like this is super oily. It takes a while for it to actually settle into the skin. So if you want to do your makeup, you probably have to wait like an hour before actually doing it. So I just personally don't like this. I'll probably maybe get more use out of it maybe in the summertime, but for now it's just not my favorite, and I just don't think it's worth the money. Alright guys, so that completes this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down below of some products that you've tried that were super disappointing. I would love to hear your thoughts. Thank you for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you soon. Bye!